Okay, so we are actually doing a 1 point perspective. We have roughly about half an hour in which to do this. The first thing in which we are going to do the 1 point perspective is from a normal view, and we are going to be doing a landscape, right? So the first thing we are going to draw is a horizontal line going from left to right. So you are going to be drawing your horizontal line towards the middle of your page. So kind of indicate, kind of decide where the middle of your page is going to be, and you are going to be drawing a horizontal line. Now very importantly guys, you are not going to be using any ruler. You are going to be drawing this line without a ruler. So even if the line is a little bit wavy like this, that is fine, but no ruler. That's the first line. Keep your lines lightly. Keep your lines lightly. And just as you see mine, you'll draw a line. So if it's a little bit wavery, look like your hand is shaking, that's fine. Go ahead and do that for me now. As soon as you're through, you can just say yes sir, and I'll go again.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright. Now the next thing we are going to be doing is that we want what appears to be like a road, but we are going to find what is called the vanishing point, where we will end the road. So the road will end right at this little area, but we are going to start down here where we call the foreground. So our line is going to be like from about here close to the edge of our page, and no ruler again. We are going to draw, even if the line is a little bit squibbly, one to that side, and to the right hand corner we are going to draw the other line. And again I say, even if it's a little bit squibbly, that's fine, nothing is wrong. Keep the lines however light. As soon as you are finished, you can give me a yes sir, and we will move on.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
But I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to kind of wait a little bit. Now remember, no ruler, and it doesn't have to be the straightest line ever. Once it looks like this and you achieve, remember now, you're not going to draw it down here at the bottom, but you are to the edge of the right side of your page paper and the edge of the left side of your paper here, right? And don't keep rubbing out anything. Even if you have several lines, once you keep it light, that's fine. So don't be rubbing out, please. Alright, can we go?
Okay.
Alright, so we are gonna move again. Then we are gonna draw from the vanishing point again. Remember, this is the vanishing point. To about here at the top of our page, and about here at the top of our page, we are going to draw another line to the vanishing point there, and to the vanishing point from up here. And you can have more than one line. Keep it light. That's the thing that you want to do, to keep your lines light. Finish?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Nice. Alright, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to try to indicate now where we are going to have some trees. Okay. Now, I want you to remember that trees, as they grow up, this is what happens to them. I'm going to use a sheet of paper where I will indicate what you want to achieve. As they grow up, what they do is that they are fatter right here at the base, and smaller as they grow up in the ear. So what you want is to have this kind of thing. They are fatter down by the root, and as they go up, they get smaller. Remember that. Alright. So that's what I'm going to be doing here now. So, and as they go in the distance towards this vanishing point, they are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Remember that. Okay. Now, right here, we are going to start like one of the trees, and we are going to put something looking like this, fatter down at the root, but smaller as it go up. Make it pass the once it pass the horizontal line a little bit, you can stop. Must pass the horizontal line, and then you stop. Do that for me. And remember, down here is a little bit fatter than up here because it's getting smaller as it goes up. Do that for me. As soon as you're finished, you give me a yes.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Alright, while the others are coming on with that, all you are going to be doing now is space yourself again a little bit further down, a little smaller in terms of the tree. You want it to be obviously so a little bit smaller, and then you are doing another one looking like this. And then another one a little bit smaller than this one. You're putting in another one a little bit smaller, and we stop. You are going to go over on the opposite side, and you are going to be doing the same thing. Tree looking like that. All you need to do is make sure that it's fatter down by the base or the root, and you are putting in one. Then two is going to be a little bit smaller than the one before. Make it obvious so as it goes up here, it gets wider, narrow, going up, and then another one down here, a little bit smaller. So each time going in the distance, they get a little bit smaller. As soon as you are finished with those, you are going to rub. Remember, these lines that pass through, you will remove them. When you are finished, you can let me know, but just take your time. Finished?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now the next thing we are going to be doing, okay, the next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be aiming to do the root of the tree. So we are going to start with 1 point. We are going to be starting with 1 point. This tree over here. Now the root of the tree is going to be like adding a little triangle. So from this point where you stop, I'm just going to make a turn like this. Come back in. Don't make it too short. You don't want it too short. Or one over on the left hand side, and over on the right hand side you make another one. So even if it goes through this line that you have here representing the road, nothing is wrong. If it's a little bit up, you are going to stop when it reaches almost like in line with the trunk of the tree here. You stop. Almost in line with the trunk of the tree, stop. Do that for me, and when you are finished, you give me a yeah. Yes, sir.
So if you do it for all of them or just that one?
No, I want to do it for one first, and then we move on. Some of you are a little bit quicker than others, so I want to do it for one first, and then we are going to do it for all of them just about the same way. But I want to kind of wait on others. Some of you are a little bit quick. Once you finish with that, let me know. Finish with that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And make sure you rub out this line out of the foot of the tree. Then we go again. We are now going to draw one from here down and across, but slightly inward, down, not straight across, but slightly in, stop about here, and on the opposite side, we do the same thing, out, watch the space in between here, stop, and then back in and around. So you kind of deliberately carry it in or up slightly and around and join. And that's it for that one. When you finish with that, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Nice. body is finished.
Yes, sir.
Good. Bridging on two more.
Yes, sir.
Watch this now. Right here, I'm going to make this root seem to be coming before this other one. So I'm going to come up a little bit with this line like this. And this one just a little bit before like that. So it will give the feeling that this part of the tree is in front. And you are going to go over on the opposite side to all the other trees, and you are going to do the same thing. So you're going on the opposite side, and you are going to do the same thing to the other trees. Where the trees down at the bottom, they might be a little bit small, and you might not be able to get four of the roots, but you might be able to get one or two. If you can get all four, fine, but if not, you can put two of them, and that will work just the same. After you're finished with that, you can let me know. We are going to go to putting on the leaves. When you're finished, you can let me know.
Yes, sir. Finish.
What else? We have
No, sir.
okay, I'll wait a little. We have 14 more minutes. So if somebody asks you to do a drawing of a landscape or a little scenery, you could use this same approach to do that drawing and you would have done very well. If you were drawing a river or a, a little track or anything, that's the same principle you have to use. The same 1 point perspective. So you must get the feeling that you can walk from here and go over to this tree, go over to another one, pass, go up. But you must be able, so you are creating distance or depth on a flat surface. So the aim of this exercise is to show how you can create distance or depth on a flat surface. You must be able to move around from one point to the next, looking as if you are moving around on this flat piece of paper that we have.
Finish, sir.
Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, and remember, I'm going to be posting this in your classroom, so those persons who are a little bit slower can go back and stop and watch what we were doing and to continue and to finish. Now, we are leaves. Trees have clusters of leaves, and every tree, even if it's the same, the cluster of leaves will vary and be different. Now, in one instance, these this that I'm going to show you are Italian cypress leaf, but giving the same feeling of being able to move from one point to the next. These leaves are trees are called Italian cypress. Now, we don't reach here yet, but we are going to be drawing some leaves that are slightly different from what we have here. Now, right here, I'm going to be forming, and notice the shape that I'm giving. It's very irregular in terms of the shape. That's one shape. Do that for me. As soon as you have done that, you let me know. Just as irregular and look like probably some kind of cloud or something like that, or a dropping. You don't want it to shape too even, but you want it to shape very irregular. As soon as you have done that, tell me. Just as quickly.
Sorry, so it can look like a cloud?
Can look like a cloud. I don't want it to look too uniform. I want it to look very pull up. I don't want it to look nice.
Finish.
And you're moving nice. Over on the other side, it's almost like you join this one, but you're adding on another piece. It mustn't look even, and you do it like that.
Finish, sir.
Nice. Very well, Amelia. Alright, Nathaniel, good, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, we're trying to form a kind of pattern of sort. So that when you're doing this, you can always do it, and So I'm going to do a next little irregular one. And you don't have to be too, it don't have to look like mine, dead like mine. So you're going to put one there, one slightly up, a little bit wider, and one over on this side slightly up as well, like that. Go. We have 9 minutes remaining, and we are going to use it to just finish the one tree. Once you finish one tree, you will use the same technique to finish to do the others. When you finish that, which I just did, you can let me know.
Finished, sir.
Okay, Nathaniel is finished.
Finished, sir.
Alright,
Finished, sir.
Zoena is finished. Okay, Asphalt is finished. Alright, nice. Then, of course, the video is going to be there which you can follow. We are going to do two others, but a little bit closer. One here. So it's like you're taking these two. So 2, 3, 2 is like a football formation. 2, 3, 2. Another 2. And the line that goes inside, you are going to rub out these lines, because we're not going to use them again. After we finish with doing the trees, we're going to rub all these lines at the top. So like a 2, 3, 2 formation, and then I'm going to culminate with doing a little bigger one up at the top here. Notice you don't want the leaves to look like the tree root is much bigger than the leaves. So remember now, you don't want the tree leaf to look like they are small in comparison to the root of your tree. So once you do that, you are going to replicate the same thing on the opposite side, everybody. It don't have to be the dead exact same thing, but kind of. So it don't have to be exactly the same thing. And if it falls off the page a little bit, that's fine. Rub out the line that goes through there. Alright, when everybody finish one of the tree, let me know, because I want to put in some limbs in the tree, and you will finish this, which would finish this one, and then you can do the others the same. So if you are finished with one of the tree like this one over here, give me a yes.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so any other tree you were doing, you can stop and watch me now. I'm going to add in the limb so that you see how the limb is done. Everybody, if you are still doing the leaves of the tree, just stop. And we are going to try to do the limb. Now, very important, guys. The limb of your tree has to do with shape again. Of course, we use lines, which is one of the elements of art. We use shape, which is one of the elements of art. Shapes again, and we are going to use another one. Now watch me now with the tree limb here. I can come from here, I can come from here, I can come from here. You can choose any point that you want to come from. I am going to come from right here, and I'm going to do this, going along with the body of the tree, and I'm going to do one up. So you don't want the tree limbs to be side by side, but one down, one up, and you're going to do that for me. Do that for me now. One down and it must come to the side of the tree. One down, one up. When you do that, you let me know. Just those two lines you're marking. Let me know when you have that.
Finished.
Nice. One down, one up. Not the two limb.
Finished.
Nice. Not the two limb by themselves. Finish, Jana.
Finished.
Alright. Orville, what about you? Jermarcus.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Nathaniel, finish.
Finished.
Amelia, alright. Now the next thing now, this one is very important because this one is where you want one of the limbs to seem to be in front of. So you want a limb to seem like it's in front of the tree body instead of behind. I'm going to use this one over on this side and watch what I'm going to do now. The branch, the limb that is coming off the tree trunk must be a little bit wider closest to the trunk of the tree and a little bit smaller going under the leaves of the tree. Stop here so you don't go over, but it stops right here because it's going under. It's a little bit smaller, and as it comes down it gets a little bit wider. It also comes in front of this line that you see right here. Right here it is right on the side, but when we come right here we want to bring it over like this. So what you're going to be doing is this over, so it must appear like this. Do that for me now. And you are going to rub this out, of course. You don't want this line right there. We have 2 minutes remaining. As soon as you have done that one, let me know.
Finished, sir.
Alright, beautiful.
Finished, sir.
Now this one, nice, we want to seem to go behind. So once you stop here with this one, you are going to come right from the side of this tree here, and you are going to go from a little bit fatter to a little bit smaller, because as it goes off from the tree, the body of the tree, it gets smaller. So just like that. Alright, once you have that, you can let me know.
Finished, sir.
Alright, beautiful. The last thing we are going to do you are going to add a couple of little bit branch that makes this thing look really good. And then you are going to move to YouTube to see how we end this video, and you are going to look at it to see how we end it, and that will be fine. So I'll be posting it so you can look and see how that one is done, and subscribe, like and subscribe, and just finish it. Remember, I'll post the link in your class, in your Google Classroom, so you can use that to copy and to get onto YouTube. So here we go with this one. So the next thing, we want two other little limbs now. One like from here to here, smaller up inside the leaves here, a little bit wider here. So that's one. And you can go ahead and do that one. And then on the opposite side, you can do one coming from here to here. Don't make it any fatter than this one, which is here. Now right here, you can bring this slightly across and stop. Don't draw it all the way down. So it comes here and right across, stop. You will soon get the knock of that. And once you do that, the tree continues. So if you see an open space, you can show if you see the open space, or you can create one for yourself. So the tree pass and go through and stop. It gets smaller. It gets smaller as it goes up. Remember that it must not get bigger but smaller as it goes up. Or you might not see it any at all based on how you draw your tree. You might not be able to see it if there's not a space. But you can create a space if you want. Now for time's sake, I will draw another little limb here, and I will continue. One coming out here. All the limbs, they kind of go from the tree. Every limb is coming from the tree. So if you should draw, the limb must appear that it's coming back from the tree once you draw it. This video will be posted as I am going to continue with this. So it will be posted in your classroom. For persons now who have to leave for lunch, you can do so. I will continue just to finish this and post it in your classroom. So you have the option now of leaving. If you are finished, you are going to be posting the drawing like this in your classroom. Once you finish, there's going to be a space there. So you'll post that first piece of work. However, we are going to have a part 2 to the work, so don't throw it away, but you will keep it, because I'm going to show you how you can shade the leaves to make light appear to be coming from whichever direction. So once you are finished with all of this that I'm going to post, the first video, you will upload that and I will mark it, and then we have a part 2. So those persons who want to go now, you can go, but I am going to be here finishing this one, and then those persons who want to stay to finish it with me, you can stay. If not, you don't have to. You can go and get to it. Yes. Right. Oh, so you have to leave for the next class then. So thank you very much, everybody. This video will be posted so you can watch it to see it to the finish, and you can finish yours and upload it. Thank you very much. You may go. So right here again, we are continuing with the limb. One up, one down, and this one we are going to make the limb appear to go behind right here. That is how it is done. Appear to go behind. But right here we are going to appear to make the limb go in front, and this is how it will appear to go in front. So right here, notice carefully how it goes in front. Then we are going to be drawing one that is here, smaller here, but right here it comes in front again, and over on this side here, this one goes behind, and we continue with the limb going through here, continue here where it's coming off, and there's another limb that comes here, and the tree appears again somewhat here, and now we're going for doing another here just to finish off our trees. We're doing this. We have one here and one to the side here, one here, and we're coming down to a close here with our tree. Try and keep your trees, of course, as horizontal as possible. If slightly lean, that's okay. One, two, another one here. And this is just a guide. Remember, guys, this is a guide to help you. We are going to be removing the lines out of the tree. Remember, moving your lines out of the trees as you go along. And then we have these last two. And then last but not least, tree that is here. And this one looks seems to be going behind this tree here, but that's okay in front. And we get rid of this. Now we are going to be putting in our mountains. This is the last thing that we do. Now remember, when doing the mountains, you don't want the mountains to appear to be too high up in the sky and to be too similar. Watch carefully as I draw the mountain range. I am going to go a little bit flat, straight, and then down slightly, but not down suddenly. And then I come down a little bit up, so my mountains are a little bit longer instead of mountains that will be up and down, up and down. You don't want these mountains in Jamaica, they are more rolling in terms of the mountains, so they are longer and not really mountains that are high. Keep them behind the trees as well as you draw them. And that is it. And then you will sign your name. Get the roots, the lines out of the root of the tree here. So these lines that goes through, you get them out. Get them out. So those lines, get them out. And yes, get these lines out of the mountain here. And the vanishing point. I really need it. Right. So here you go, so there is where we are gonna have this going across this stuff here. Don't grind these lines too much. So there you go. With that one, don't grind them too much. And then yes, this is it. You can put your signature name here, and you can put a date. And that's it. Thank you very much. And basically, that is it for this class. So you will post this exercise and it will get a mark, and then we will continue where we left off with part 2. Alright, thank you very much.